Hey guys, welcome back to InspoTee The Podcast with your host Nikisha Lupka. I'm so excited to be back, and today's topic is on something I find really interesting and something that I find a lot of people struggle with. And today we're going to unpack it and we're going to talk about it. And I hope, or I believe, let me say that, I affirm and I believe that after you watch today's video, you are going to feel 100% more confident than you already are, okay? There are different layers of confidence. There's different types of confidence that I do believe you have to have in order to walk out and go about your day in a confident manner. Starting off strong, confidence is spiritual. When you know whose you are, when you know that you're walking with God, you walk differently. That leads me to encourage you to open up your word, can find out exactly how you were made, for what purpose you were made, and how much love and intention you were created with. Okay? So in that, you should be walking confidence, opening the word of God and tapping into that every single day. I promise you, when you know that you are made by the God that created the sunset that you take photos of every day, the sunrise you take photos of every day, created you. So why are you going to walk around not confident because of whatever filter you have created in your own mind, because of whatever's happened in your life, or however you're comparing yourself? So get in your word. That's first things first, okay? That will help you with inner confidence. Let's talk about external confidence. External confidence. External confidence is this: how you present yourself, what you look like every day, okay? It's about hygiene, the way you carry yourself, putting on a little bit of makeup, loving yourself even without makeup. Side note, loving yourself for you, your external. However, showing up in a way that makes you confident, that can look different to all of us. So I'll give you some examples. I love to wake up in the morning and wear makeup. I don't wear hectic makeup. I don't always wear lashes, but there are times I feel like, okay, I want to slay today, and I do that, and I show up and I feel a lot more confident, okay? I even have this, it's like a ritual. If I get dressed in the morning, even if I have nowhere to go, and I put on makeup and I iron my hair, I make some curls in my hair, I make myself look posh while being at home, put on a cute little outfit, even if it's a plain simple outfit, but I dress up in the day, wear a little heel, a little platform heel or something, and I feel confident. Put on some perfume, you feel confident externally just because of the way that you look. However, there are people that are insanely beautiful, but they still have absolutely no confidence. Words of affirmation. Words of affirmation are so important. You have your subconscious mind and you have your conscious mind. I feel like I need to make a separate video for that, okay? But today I'm just going to tell you a little bit about your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between what's actually happening and what is fake, okay? So I'll give you an example of this. If you're watching a movie and you start crying because a wedding is happening and it's so beautiful, or someone dies and you're all sad about it, it triggers emotions in you and you start crying as if it's real. Or you're sitting back and you in memory lane and you're thinking of something traumatic that happened and you start crying. Your subconscious mind doesn't know whether that is happening in real life or whether that's just a memory. To the subconscious mind, it's just the reality. That's why you start crying. That's why you start feeling those feelings so deeply. It's like you're going through that thing in that moment. That's why I fully believe in words of affirmation. If you keep telling yourself, oh, I'm not a confident person, oh my word, I'm just not a confident person, I just don't feel confident, you're not going to be confident. You are not going to be confident. So start to speak it to yourself every day. Tell yourself, I am confident, even if you're going to faith it and you don't have, because if you're faithing something, it means it's not really showing in existence, it's not in the physical right now. But if you tell yourself that I'm confident, I am confident, I'm a confident person, the next time somebody asks you if you're confident, say yes, I am. If you want to take it up a notch, like what I did or what I do from time to time, if I'm feeling less confident in some situations, I start journaling because I'm that deep. I'm going to pull out my journal and write it down to affirm confidence within my subconscious mind, okay? So words of affirmation are very important. Your posture, when you're sitting, external confidence, the way that you walk, the way that you look, eye contact when you're speaking to somebody, that's so important with external confidence. Something that also gives me confidence is mouth hygiene, like having a good set of teeth. If you need to go to the dentist, go and sort that out, because that really does give you confidence, because you'll find that some people don't like to smile. They are happy people, they want to smile, but they don't because they have like an insecurity about their teeth. Fix it. The next one is confidence in knowing yourself. I want you to picture this. When you know something, for example, your car. You know your car, you've had your car for 2 to 3 years, or even a year, even 2 months. You have your car, and you've taken your car for services. You know your car, you know what your car is capable of, you know how many kilometers are in your car. If someone calls you and tells you that you need to drive up to Johannesburg, you will have the confidence saying, you know what, I trust my car to get to Johannesburg. You will drive up because you know your vehicle. The bottom line of that is that you know, number one, and you trust, number two, your vehicle to get and do whatever you need to do. You need to know yourself. A lot of the time, people are not confident is because they don't know who the heck they are, literally. And if I can go a little bit into this, of course, you're not going to be confident if you don't know who you are. You're not going to be who's confident in something that they don't know. Like, if I don't know a skincare product, I've never heard of it, and I'm going to be a bit sketchy to try it because I don't know, I didn't see any results that it's produced. I've never heard of it before. In order for you to be confident, you need to know who you are. And by knowing who you are, I mean with the little things to the big things. It's almost like you need, in order for you to know yourself at this big age, guys, I'm 33 years old, we are adults now. This is if I'm speaking to people my age, hopefully people that are older and young, you know, young people in their 20s and teens. I hope I'm talking to you today. Because I feel like at any age, the moment you know who you are and you are confident in who you are, then I do believe that you save yourself from having bad experiences. There's a lot of things that you will not tolerate. There's a lot of things that you don't have to deal with, and you don't have to go through some low vibrational experiences because you have confidence, okay? You have to do some introspection. And even though it feels like it's a life orientation adult class, you're going to have to do it if you're serious about getting confident. When you're starting from the little things, I mean, knowing what your favorite color is, knowing what your favorite food is and why. What's your favorite country? Why? If you could wake up tomorrow, which country would you like to visit and why? Okay. What's your favorite genre in music? Movies? Okay, interesting. What are your hobbies? What do you like to do? Do you like physical fitness? Do you like just relaxing? Do you like cooking? What are your hobbies? What excites you? What makes you feel amazing? What are your triggers? What pisses you off? What are some things you just cannot handle, you just cannot take? You need to start knowing these little things about yourself, because I promise you, I've spoken about this before, I promise you that the moment someone comes to you and says, so tell me about yourself, or who is Nikisha Lupka? Tell me, who are you? And I've been in that position so many times. I promise you, 90% of people start saying, I'm 33 years old, I'm a colored, I'm from Durban, I'm a mom, I have 4 kids, can you see? That is literally how people start to answer. They don't know, and people walk around knowing everyone else and everything else except themselves. And I think it's such a sad thing. If it's one conversation that should be done with no ums and ahs, is when you're talking about yourself. You should know who you are. If someone says, So tell me about yourself. Like, who are you? Like, who is Nikisha Luka? You need to be able to just start spitting. You need to be able to just start saying, so this is who I am. There should be no ums and ahs when someone asks you, what's your favorite food? Which restaurant is your favorite? You don't know. But I promise you, to the mothers out there, just come to the front. If your child wants to go to a restaurant, you know exactly what your child loves. You know all your I've got 4 kids, and I know what's each one's favorites. I know their personalities. I know what they love. I know what they don't love. I know my kids so well. But the question is, do I know myself like that? Because my kids are important, so I know everything about them. I know everything about my kids. But do I know myself in that same way? Where if someone asks me a question about me, I can just answer it. And I believe that it's about importance, self-importance, if that's even a thing. But it's how important you think you are. Because if you feel like you're important, you'll know, hey, I need to know me. Because I'm important, I'm a big deal. Start to know those things and answer them with conviction and with confidence. Moving on, start to do more introspective into the deeper thinking. What excites you? What makes you angry? What makes you sad? What are your triggers? What are some things that bring you peace? What type of people do you like to be around and why? You know, what type of people don't you like to be around and why? Try to ask yourself those questions and know it so that you can become more confident in yourself. Confidence comes from knowing. Confidence comes from certainty in who you are. Right. Another way that you can practice becoming confident is by learning a new skill. Guys, at our big age, I feel, I'm talking to the people that are in their 30s now and over, something happens where we are into the day that we start with we feel like the importance of every day is the thing that just brings us money. It's just work, the kids, marriage, work, the kids' relationship, work, the kids, like it's the same thing. You need to take yourself out of your comfort zone because our minds, our bodies are wired for comfort, for safety, to keep us in a box. That is what we conform to. But in order for you to grow, in order for you to be confident and for you to test and grow your character, you need to challenge yourself. You need to do difficult things. You need to stress yourself out in a positive way, So how you can do that is by learning a new skill. If you hate reading, read. If you don't like running, run. If you have an interest in cooking, but it's difficult for you, shout out, that's me. Learn how to cook. You need to try to learn a new skill for you to become more confident. Learn a new skill, push yourself out of your comfort zone, try to do something that you're not comfortable with doing. And I was actually talking about this on a story because I went to Pilates about a month ago. And because I heard Pilates is amazing, from what I heard and obviously from what I saw with matcha and Pilates Princess, I had this idea that Pilates is this posh little cute sport. Meanwhile, I went there and it was the worst experience of my life. Pilates is meant for warriors. Like, I don't even know why they call them Pilates princesses. They are Pilates warriors because those women are fighting in a war of their own. I'll never understand it, but I also understand that working out is supposed to stretch you. It's supposed to challenge you and it's supposed to be difficult. So I ran away. I quit. I tried. I experienced it one time. I decided that I hated it. And guess what? I never went back. I could have went back. I didn't. And now that I'm making this video, it's like, I'm like, Keisha, you did the same thing. I tried something, it was too hard, and I didn't continue to learn and get comfortable and grow in that area. So I promise you guys, even I'm holding myself accountable that I'm going to go back to Pilates. Not because it's of the matcha, the cute outfits and everything, because that's the intention, that's why I went in the beginning. I mean, I figured out how difficult it is. I was like, no, I unsubscribe right now. You know what? I'm going to go back and I'm going to challenge myself so that I can work on my confidence. And I will not let Pilates have a hang over me. I have beef. After the first time I went to Pilates, guys, just on a lighter note, it was the funniest thing. It was the most chaotic experience that I've ever had because you you look at these pictures and you see how beautiful everything is, and the studio is so posh with the lighting, and everybody's got their cute outfits, and everyone's got their matcha and their little mat, whatever. And I did reformer Pilates. I think I did something called a line. And my sister does do Pilates. She's a Pilates princess strike warrior, and she does it, but she told me that it's difficult, but she didn't talk about how difficult it was. I feel like she just told me that it's difficult, and I've done difficult stuff before, so it wasn't to the capacity that she was talking about. Like, it was just bad. Anyway, I get there, and when I tell you, we on this bed, the instructor's there, the music is going, the ladies are getting, they're doing what they're doing, and there's this bed, I'm putting my legs in, my legs are flying this way because the bed is going that way, my arm is going this way. Like, there was just a lot of things happening, and I couldn't understand. But at the same time, I quit instantly. I did the session, and then I said I'm never going back. But now, because I'm talking about this, I'm convicted, and I'm going to go back, and I'm going to challenge myself, and I'm going to learn exactly how to do it. And I have beef. I have beef with Pilates. Moving on to the last one, okay? So we got Lana's new skill. So the last one we have is keeping promises to yourself. Guys, in knowing yourself, you need a track record. Because I spoke about the last one, where I said know yourself. If you know that your car can make it, or if you've driven to Johannesburg before with your car, you have a track record that your car has taken you there before, it's never given you problems. That is why you were confident to just drive your car for 5 hours, knowing that it's going to take you to the destination. Because you have a track record. So you have trust with your vehicle to take you from A to B without breaking down, without giving you trauma, okay? Now, in the same way, you need to build a track record with yourself. So for example, if you constantly say you want to start eating healthy and then you flake every single day, you say you're going to start drinking a certain amount of water and you never ever get that done. If you say you're going to start reading a book and you never ever touch the book, you don't keep the promises to yourself and you keep letting yourself down, of course you're not going to trust yourself, you're not going to have confidence in yourself. So bottom line with the last one is, if you tell yourself you're going to do something, the way to build your confidence is by actually keeping the promises to yourself, by actually doing the things that you say you're going to do. Do it. Because guess what? Every time you break the promise, it's like the next time you tell yourself, oh, I'm going to start eating healthy, and then you stop. Even when you tell yourself, I'm going to start eating healthy, there's something in the back of your mind like, hey, but I know I'm not going to do it because of the last time. Your subconscious mind is already, you don't have trust in yourself. So how can you be confident in something that you don't trust? You know what I'm saying? Try your best to keep the promises to yourself, as difficult as it can be. All of this that I'm mentioning now, all these 5 things all tie in together. You have to try. There has to be some sort of effort put into confidence, into building confidence. So I'm going to go through it all very quickly, just a quick like a backtrack of everything. Confidence is spiritual. Open up the word, find out, read for yourself. You are made by a loving God who made you intentionally for his purpose. The same God that created the heavens and the earth, the sky and the stars, created you in his image. Why? If you know you're walking with God, why are you not confident? Why are you not confident? If you speak confidence over yourself and you affirm yourself that I am a confident person, I am confident, and you affirm it even when you don't feel like it, you will become a confident person. If you learn and you know yourself, from the little things to the big things, if you know exactly who you are, you will become a confident person. If you keep the promises that you make to yourself, you will 100% become more confident. The way you present yourself in the world, when you decide to wake up in the morning and leave your house, what are you wearing? How are you showing up? The way that you smell, your smile radiates confidence, and you do your hair, the way you take care of yourself, that allows you to show up confident. I'm keeping the promises to myself. I'm opening up the word, and when the world is telling me this is who I am, I'm referring to the word and saying, no, this is who God said I am. I hope that this video touches something in your heart, and I really hope that this video triggers you to go out and be a more confident person. Okay, so with all that being said, please make sure to subscribe on YouTube, Nikisha Lupka, and on Spotify, you will search InspoTee The Podcast and make sure to follow. But overall, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care now. Bye.